Very good. Well, what we're going to do now is kind of continue with that online approach and what we're doing to fix our online presence and to get some better advertising going and to make sure that when they do find you, see you, have an interest in you, they look you up, there's something relevant. Our problem is we are way too worried about how we look, how we sound, what's in our background, what we're wearing. None of that stuff matters. Give them what they want. Nobody is choosing a realtor based on how they look or how they sound or what their accent is or anything else. They're choosing a realtor based on what can you do for me. So if you're trying to get serious buyers or sellers, they're going to choose based on the qualifications you have, which is what you can do for them. It's certainly not a certification or how long you've been in the business or you know the area well. None of that stuff matters. All they care about is what can you do for me. So I literally have 1 or 2 slides here that I'm going to cover on building your online presence because it's not hard to do. It's actually fairly easy to do, but you just have to decide you're going to implement it. And I'm telling you, how many of you are going home today? Raise your hands. How many of you are going home tomorrow? How many of you are staying longer than that? How many of you are staying in Orlando until you die? But for every single one of you, there is zero excuse not to have this done by Saturday. Have a YouTube channel up, have a Facebook business page, have a couple of videos done. There is no reason to not have it completed before Saturday, meaning Monday morning. If anybody checks you out, you're good. This isn't something we're working on, thinking about, starring it in our notes, then throwing our notes somewhere else, and then finding it a year and a half later doing the same stuff we were doing 22 years ago. Like you have to decide, I've learned it, I have to implement it so I can drop the L. Learn and then earn. You do not want to be a professional student because I'll give you a degree. You came to the 2024 college today, so I'm going to give you a degree. Now you got another degree, another degree, another degree, but you don't have any money. Right? So the only way you will make money is if you actually implement what we're talking about. But you need to have a good bait before you go fishing. So your online presence matters. If I Google you now, what comes up? And not just, there's a couple of things about me. We got to go a lot deeper than that. There can't be a couple of things about me. It has to be who is Greg Luther. As a matter of fact, write that in your notes. Who is Greg Luther? If you go to YouTube and you type that in, you will see a video. It's an older video of me, probably 5 years ago, 6 years ago, in front of nothing but a white screen. It's literally just an all-white screen. And I think I can't remember exactly, but I think I start with, I got my license 25 years ago, and the reason I got involved in real estate. So you can do something like that yourself. Have somebody come in and do it. Like, imagine you got a professional videographer from your town to come in and record you for 2 hours. Anybody want to guess how much that costs? Maybe $200. It is so easy, so fast. You don't have to do a whole production. It's a couple $100. You have somebody with good quality camera stuff, and you've already kind of scripted out what you want, and you say, man, I screwed that up. Let me do it again. And you just do it again. It doesn't need to be perfect by any means, but get the content together so you can get something out there. In your notes, I want you to write this down. Version 1 is better than version none. Can we agree with that? Having a bad, stuttering, why is your nose so crooked in this video is better than having no video. Because they will see you are competent. That's why. I had, when I was getting a lot of press as a real estate agent, and by the way, I didn't get any. I earned it. I asked them to come interview me. I told them, hey, not sure if you heard what's going on with NAR, but I think it's something you need to tell your people about. I'd love to talk about. I'm soliciting for them to come interview me as the pro. And as I started doing that more and more, then the other news stations saw it, so they then called me, right? Like, that's the pro. We need to interview him on ours because ABC News got it. NBC News is calling me saying, hey, you're the one we want to interview. No different than when you become a professional witness for a divorce case in your town. Other attorneys ask you to be a professional witness on home value. hey, we're going through a divorce. What is your professional opinion of this home value? Because you were listed as an expert witness on one, now all of the attorneys use you as an expert witness. Even if they know other realtors, they start using you. So anyway, some of these newscasters, before I started getting, and this could be radio, TV, whatever, before I started getting really big with all that coverage, when I just had one or two, and I'm soliciting for them to come to me, I'm like filling out the press release information on their website, and they would call me. They would call and they would ask me a couple of questions, and then they would come out and interview me. But they always called and asked a couple of questions first. And like, I already answered those questions when I told you about it. Why are you calling me? It seems like I've already answered every single question that they're asking me because I know how to do this. Why do they keep asking me that? Does anybody know why they were asking me that? What's that call for? Screening for what? To make sure you ain't freaking crazy. They were calling me to make sure I'm not a lunatic or I don't sound like the guy in the trailer park that was describing what the tornado sounded like last night. Man, it was like so loud. Like they don't want that. They want somebody that's competent, that knows how to speak well. It's literally an anti-crazy test before they come out. Well, people that are looking to sell their home or buy a home, they want to know you're not a crazy, psychotic, mass murder chainsaw killer. They want to look you up. They want to see you're competent. You know how to talk. You're well-spoken. You don't have to be perfect. It doesn't even have to sound good. You just have to know what you're talking about. They want to know you're valid in the marketplace. So you need to have good bait before you go fishing, and you need to have at least 3 videos on YouTube and Facebook. That's bare minimum. I got to have 3 videos on YouTube and 3 videos on Facebook, and they may be the same videos that are loaded to both media. Because one might find you on Facebook and another one might find you on YouTube. You can repurpose those things. Hell, you can take that video and you can cut out 1 minute of it and do some YouTube shorts. With the video you already did, you can repurpose all of that. How many of you know that all of the video that we're doing here today, you're going to start seeing little 2-minute clips? Those people aren't getting anything other than teased. I can't teach you anything in 2 minutes. They're just getting teased that say, oh, wow, I need to learn more about that. Right? That's what you're trying to do. But you have to have that initial, at least 3 videos that you can use on YouTube and Facebook to show a couple of different sides of you, what you do, personal side, professional side, whatever.